Good morning, USA.
Yo. Good morning, Jess Hilarious.
Good morning, Charlamagne. How you doing?
Peace to the planet. It's Friday. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What is happening? How do you feel?
I feel good. Me and my husband went out date night last night.
Where you at?
I had a blazer. Huh? It's this place called The Local, and I had on a blazer, right? And it had, I was sitting in the passenger seat, and he was like, "You look so good." Like, I just want. He bit my shoulder pad.
You know how shoulder pad?
You know how? Listen, you know how good you gotta look for a nigga to bite the shoulder pad out your blazer.
First of all, I think that he need to be careful because he's Mexican. People see you biting. See him biting somebody, and this time, you never know. And people will pop out on him quick.
Yo.
I'm just saying, tell him be careful with that.
We was in the car, nobody saw us.
I know y'all looked like two pretty studs last night. You had on a blazer. Chris probably had his dreads down his shoulders. Where did y'all go?
We went to Local Eatery. It's nice. This is the spot. Nice upscale little spot in Jersey City.
Okay.
It's nice. On the water. It was really dope. We had nice drinks. Talked about business a lot. Like, it was nice. It was a date. We talked about business, but it was still
That's romantic. Why you got the eye patches under your eye right now?
No, that's not.
No.
I'm just tired.
Oh, yeah, because he probably wore you out last night. That ain't what happened? What you mean?
Yo, anyway, how are you?
I am great. It is Friday. Today is a great day. Tonight is going to be a great night because the WNBA Finals are tonight. Game 4, Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. Let's go Aces. But also today is a great day because it is World Mental Health Day. Okay?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It is World Mental Health Day. I have my 5th annual Mental Wealth Expo tomorrow in Newark, New Jersey at the Joel and Diane Bloom Wellness and Event Center from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a free event. And my guy who will be there tomorrow is joining us this morning. His name is Dr. J. Barnett.
Oh, I love him.
He's the host of the Just Hill podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network. But he's going to be joined by Dr. Joe Tudman, okay? Joe Tudman, he used to be a pastor at the Potter's House. He's a phenomenal brother, man. He's got a book coming out on November 4th. So they will be here today to talk all things mental health because today is World Mental Health Day. And I love those brothers because they're not afraid to be vulnerable. And another man who is not afraid to be vulnerable, who put out a book on Tuesday called Misunderstood. I read it last weekend. He is absolutely, positively a cultural icon. We don't use the word cultural icon loosely. We had Little John up here earlier this week. He is a cultural icon. We have another cultural icon here this morning. He shifted culture. A man who taught so many people to not be afraid to be themselves. Allen Iverson will be joining us this morning. AI, the answer.
He had me wearing my hair like he did. I'm telling you, I was getting bitches in middle school and I wasn't even gay.
You were, though.
No, I wasn't gay in middle school, yo.
Oh.
That was after.
I don't know. That picture I saw. There were signs.
I was not gay. I was just a tom girl.
That's what we used to call studs back in the day.
No.
Back in the day, that's exactly what we used to call studs.
Whatever, yo.
But yes, Allen Iverson will be joining us today, man. So don't go anywhere, all right? We got Donkey here today. We got the latest with Loren. We got all types of stuff, man. What we starting the show with? I need some energy. This morning.
They need to be lit. That's right.
Why not? Little John.
Lit.
Trick Daddy. Let's go. It's the Breakfast Club. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy. Envy's off today.
Absolutely.
He's off today. Man, drop on the clues bomb for Lil Jon. I'm really moving to want to go see Lil Jon in Atlanta for 96.1 the Jingle Ball.
Really? You think you can handle that, being around that many people?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
That's why I'm getting myself psyched up now.
Yes.
But then it might be day of and I'll be like, nah.
Exactly.
We ain't going. Mimi Brown. Good morning, Mimi.
Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, Jess. How y'all doing?
Good morning, girl. Hold up, before you start, we got to get into some Monday night. No, what is it? Thursday night football.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. Okay. Envy Giants won finally, yo. They, come on, for real, 34-17. They beat the Eagles.
I can give a damn. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
I know, but on the one day that he can brag and talk ish, he's not here.
I don't care about either one of these teams. They both NFC East rivals. Don't even care. Okay.
Well, congratulations for Envy. I'm going to hold it down for you, babe. Congratulations to the New York Giants. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning. All right. So we start this morning in Washington, where the government shutdown is now in its 10th day.
Damn.
And there's still, 10th day, and there's still no vote to reopen the government. The Senate left town late last night with no deal guaranteeing that shutdown will stretch into next week. That also means military members are likely to miss their first paycheck as the standoff drags on. Now, earlier in the day, Senate Democrats, they blocked a Republican funding bill for the seventh time, where both sides remain stale locked over health care subsidies and spending priorities. Now, Republicans, they want a short-term clean funding bill, while Democrats insist any deal must include the extension of the Affordable Care Act credits that are set to expire at the end of the year. Now, as frustrations grow in Washington, it's hitting home for families across the country. During a C-SPAN live call on Thursday, a Republican mother from Virginia, whose husband serves in the military, made an emotional plea directly to House Speaker Mike Johnson. She said if the shutdown continues, that her husband, if he misses a paycheck next week, her two medically fragile children would lose access to the medication they need to survive. Let's listen to how this shutdown is affecting everyday real people.
If we see a lapse in pay come the 15th, my children do not get to get the medication that's needed for them to live their life, because we live paycheck to paycheck. I am begging you to pass this legislation. My kids could die. We don't have the credit because of the medical bills that I have to pay regularly. You could stop this, and you could be the one that could say military's getting paid. And the audacity of someone who makes six figures a year to do this to military families is insane.
She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, she's absolutely right. The rent, the mortgage, the electric bills, gas bills, the health care bills, they don't care that the government is shut down. They want their money.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. They do. Because the bills don't stop. Well, Johnson told her he was angry about situations like hers, but again, he blamed Democrats for blocking that funding plan in the Senate. So we'll continue to watch this. It will, of course, play into next week.
This is not going to be the political win that either party thinks it is, because people do not care about which party is responsible for what. They just want their goddamn money. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. And in other news, conservative political group Turning Point USA says it is launching its own halftime show to compete with the NFL, setting up what could be one of the most politically charged Super Bowl Sundays yet. Now, the group, founded by activist Charlie Kirk, announced the All-American halftime show set to air during the Super Bowl on February 8th. Now, few details have been released, but a website for the event promises more information soon about who will perform and how fans can watch. A survey on the site, it's asking fans what kind of music they like, listing options like country, hip hop, and rock, along with one choice that's labeled anything in English. The move,
Boy, these people are crazy.
Petty as hell.
Petty. Anything in
English is hilarious. Y'all better not have no nachos at y'all Super Bowl party.
Crazy.
Then, okay? No nachos at your goddamn Super Bowl party then, okay?
Absolutely. So the move appears to be in direct response, of course, to the backlash over the NFL's choice. We know the headliner is Bad Bunny. He's a Puerto Rican superstar known for his chart-topping hits and his outspoken political views. Now, some conservatives argue that Bad Bunny doesn't, quote, reflect American values. So this is what this is all about, the quote-unquote American values.
I would say that Bad Bunny represents the most American of values, because that's what America is. It is supposed to be about, inclusivity. It's supposed to be about, freedom, liberty, and justice for all. People come to America to achieve things like Bad Bunny has achieved.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that Bad Bunny is what you would call the American dream in a lot of ways. Where else can you come? You can come from, by the way, Puerto Rico is America. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but not because they want to be.
Exactly. And America is supposed to be the melting pot. I think that's what you were saying.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, coming up at 7, it's cuffing season. But this year, there's a new player in the mix. We'll tell you what it is and how it's changing the game.
Damn, people still be out here looking to get cuffed? I guess so.
Every time it get cold, dog.
Yeah, I guess I don't be thinking about it because I've been cuffed for so
Right,
long.
yeah, you be cuffed forever. Yeah, everybody be trying to be cuffable. around this time.
You done hold all summer, but now you want to be comfortable with one person.
Absolutely. That's how it goes. Blueprint ain't never changed.
Well, guess what? For you ladies in a small town, or you guys in a small town, everybody know he slept with all summer, so why the hell would they settle down with your stupid ass when it get cold? I'm going to wait till it's freezing to get chlamydia?
Oh, my God. Stop.
1-800-585-1051. It's time for Get It Off Your Chest. If you want to call up right now and tell us why you're blessed, you can do that. If you want to call up and tell us why you're stressed, you can do that as well. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Good morning. Get it off your chest. Who's this?
Good morning, Breakfast Club. This is Uber Mike. How y'all doing this morning?
What's up, Uber Mike?
Good morning.
Pretty good. Hey, Charlamagne, I love you, but I got to give you donkey of the day today.
Okay. Talk to me.
Stop giving Hakeem Jeffries a hard time, man.
I don't give him a hard time.
Yes, you do.
Why y'all
never
say
go,
that?
You never go hard at Trump like you do at them, man.
You know what? Time out. I hate when y'all say that. Y'all do remember Trump called me a racist sleazebag with low IQ earlier this year.
He sure did.
Like, I don't know why y'all say that as if I don't give Trump donkey of the day all the time. I just gave him donkey of the day last week.
Soft. You go soft on Trump, man. I'm telling you, do Charlamagne.
I really don't understand this logic. I think you
two
just
things that I'll be out of here.
Okay.
Two things. One is what they're doing is Trump has always been trying to get rid of that Affordable Care Act. So he's playing chess with the Democrats. He's playing chess. So now he's blaming it on them. You know he's a master at creating a narrative. I know that. So my thing is, if the premiums go up, it's going to triple for a lot of people. Then we can't afford to get to the doctor for checkups that you and Envy always stressed us to do.
You know what I would have did if I was the Democrats? Even though I'm not a politician, I would have let the Republicans do that. Let the healthcare prices shoot up, and then now you can point the finger directly at Republicans and say, "Look how Republicans raised your healthcare." But you know what's happening right now? Everybody's confused because federal workers aren't getting their paychecks, and so now they're pointing the fingers at each other, and everybody's blaming each other for people hurting right now in the moment.
But Trump is doing this, man, Charlamagne. He's doing this.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just simply saying it would have been easier to point the finger at Republicans and say, hey, they're the reason that your health care prices are up, as opposed to everybody pointing the finger at each other right now saying this is why the government is shut down, this is why y'all not getting paid. It's either Democrats or it's Republicans. It's just confusion right now. And guess what? Don't nobody care because they just want their money so they can pay their bills.
I agree. I'm with all that. I agree. But Trump is the one doing it. They have the control. They have the power.
You're right. But once again, I don't think it matters because people just want their paychecks. But if you'd have let the healthcare prices shoot up, not saying that would have been a good thing. If you're trying to get a political win, it's easier to point the finger at Republicans and say they caused this.
Right. I got you. Hey, but that's all I want. Stop giving them a hard time, Sean.
No,
stop.
I will not. I won't.
All right, Rip.
Have a good day. Peace. Get it off your chest. Who's this?
This is Deanna from Somerville. How are you?
Good morning,
Hey,
Deanna.
girl.
How are you?
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to call in and say how blessed I am.
Hey.
I had an interview yesterday
Where at?
to become a dental assistant.
Congratulations. Now she a dental assistant. Amazing, boo.
Right? And we do like dream for this job. They go to school for a long time for this job, and I put in my application and not accept the call back then. And I had the interview yesterday, y'all. And I'm driving down 26 in my brand new scrub.
Let's go. I-26.
Going to Mount Pleasant.
Oh, you going to? Oh, I love Mount
And
Pleasant.
I got the job.
Man, congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you.
I just want to say, don't settle for any opportunity. Go for your dream. Put it in. Put it in.
That's right.
Absolutely, girl. God bless you.
Thank you for calling. Salute to everybody in Somerville, man. One time for the 843. I love stuff like that. You see how happy this woman is to have a job? That's why I be trying to tell y'all success is subjective. Everybody think that they got to be some type of super duper millionaire to be successful. No. There's people out there living their dreams, making $50,000 in a place like Somerville, South Carolina, and she's happy.
Yeah, she is.
That's what success is about, being happy.
Yeah.
Well, get it off your chest. Call us right now. 1-800-585-1051. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Get it off your chest. Who's this?
What's up? This is Leonard.
This is not Leonard.
This is Leonard? Leonard from where?
Yeah.
This ain't Uncle Leonard. This ain't Charlotte, but this Leonard.
Because I'm not a Leonard. I'm a Leonard. I'm so glad my mom ain't put all on my goddamn name.
Leonard.
No,
Yes.
you're not. Your name is Leonard.
My name is Leonard.
Okay.
I want to get off my chest, man. My uncle, he did 15 years, right? I'm trying to update him with the new technology. I invite him to my gender reveal. I tell him we're going to use AI to do the gender reveal. He come there all happy, but then he get mad when he realizes it's not the actual answer. He think it's Allen Iverson doing the gender reveal.
and I can understand why he feel that way. We got
exactly.
Allen Iverson going to be here this morning, by the way. Next hour, he going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be tuning in listening.
Yeah, he'll be here next hour promoting his new book, Misunderstood. It's his memoir, man. Go buy that for your uncle. The least you can do is go out to the bookstore today and buy your uncle Misunderstood by Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm gonna order it. I can order it online for him.
Yep. What you having? What y'all having? What was the reveal?
A girl.
Oh man!
Hey, congratulations, girl dad.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
No problem.
You met your first?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely. Congratulations. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I am. I appreciate it, dog.
Yep.
All right, brother. Have a good day, man. Get it off your chest. Who's this?
Hi, it's Angel Henderson.
Hey, Angel Henderson.
Girl.
How are you?
Oh my God, I'm so happy, y'all. I got through. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I wanted to tell. Hey, Charlamagne. Hey, Jess.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Loren LoRosa. Listen, Charlamagne, this is for you. I want to tell you, no matter what nobody say, you keep preaching. Preaching the word, the good word. I'm talking about letting us black folks know what's really going on. You have really taught me a lot because I be listening just about everything, politics and mental health. You got me started my mental health journey. And I really want to shout out the whole Frito-Lay Orlando plan. Y'all, we got it. Yeah, thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
You're so cute.
Let me shout out my boyfriend, Elijah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, Jess, oh my God. Your baby is so pretty.
Thank you, baby.
Hey, Loren, if you're up there.
Hey, good morning.
Congrats.
Thank you.
We appreciate you appreciating us. Salute to your boyfriend,
Absolutely,
Elijah. You got
baby.
a very powerful name, named after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Thank you so much. And shout out the whole Frito-Lay plant, Orlando.
Salute to the Frito-Lay plant, Orlando. Salute to everybody who listens to us on 104.5, The Beat in Orlando. Is that where you listening now? Oh, she hung up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well,
And Orlando is one of my favorite cities to go do comedy, and they love it. They love me there.
I love Orlando. My aunt lives in Orlando. My mom's sister lives in Orlando. Every summer we would either be in New Jersey or Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Orlando's lit.
That's where I used to go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Get it off your chest. We do that every day, Monday through Friday, at 6 a.m. Now it's time for the latest with Loren. Good morning, Loren LoRosa.
Good morning, y'all.
She said, good morning, Loren LoRosa.
Hey, just happy to be here.
We
Good
got the
morning.
latest coming up.
We do, y'all. We finally got an answer. And
On
it's
what?
Drake defamation lawsuit.
Oh, my God.
We gonna get into it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
I like
It's time. Done.
I can't wait to discuss.
I should have brought bottles for you today. Bottles
Why?
for Charlamagne. I don't know. Whenever I
Period.
talk about Drake, I just
Yes.
feel like I need to do that. Man, don't we got a bottle?
Bottles, we do.
First of all, don't use me as an excuse to drink, you bunch of drunks.
First of all, we
homecoming
haven't even been
weekend.
drinking. And
It's homecoming
it's
weekend, Jess.
Yes, it is.
Period.
College.
Yeah, college.
That's right. Delaware
The State
State,
University
Baltimore Community.
tonight.
That's
In
what I'm talking
Wilmington,
about.
Delaware. Baltimore pull up.
Period. What's up, Morgan State and Coppin State University? Don't play with me.
It's the latest with Loren. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy. Envy is off today, but it is time for the latest with Loren LoRosa.
Loren becoming a straight fat. She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
This is a very sad day for Drake because a judge has decided to dismiss the lawsuit, the defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group that he has over Not Like Us.
After all that?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So the docs say from the judge, because the court concludes that the that the alleged defamatory statements and Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion, the motion to dismiss is granted. Because when Drake filed the lawsuit, Universal Music Group came back and said, Judge, this is a waste of time. This is just a song. There's no proven fact here that we defamed anything. We want you to dismiss this. And the judge is saying yes. So Drake's attorney has already given statements to some outlets. Didn't respond to me, but they say that
not.
Yeah, but they say that they plan to appeal this and they look forward to taking this to appeals court. But Universal Music Group did send a statement to me as soon as this lawsuit was filed, and they say a spokesperson from Universal Music Group says, from the outset, this suit was an affront to all artists in their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We are pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his career. I felt like that was the biggest sit down over there in the corner and have a seat to Drake.
Man, listen, Uphill, Orange Pill, Chemical Pill, Kendrick Lamar, and 5. All right. This lawsuit wasn't filed for any other reason other than Drake's feelings was hurt because Kendrick busted his ass in a rap battle. It's really that simple. And I'm shocked the lawsuit lasted a year and even got this far. This man got his ass busted in a good old-fashioned rap battle. Nothing more, nothing less. And we just have never seen how Drake reacts under real pressure. And you learn a lot more about people in defeat than you do in a win. And we learned that Drake is a sore loser. That's it.
Yo, and then, would this further damage his ego? I know it is.
It has to, because
it's going to be crazy. It's like a big-ass slap in the face.
To
him.
Yeah, but also, too, I read, it's 38 pages, the judge's response, and I read
the
38.
You read all that?
Because, I just...
Thoroughly?
Because I wanted to know... Defamation is a hard thing to make somebody say, yes, you were defamed to. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to know exactly what the judge thought about his claims, because he said he had it up. Like, he had evidence
and it's through
and all
art.
That.
It's already hard enough when somebody defames you just talking.
Yes.
But then when you do it through art and you got all the free speech laws, come on, man.
Damn, man.
So the judge said that you got to look at this a couple ways. First of all, you got to look at the forum, which is where whatever the defaming claims were made. Mm-hmm. And the judge gave the example of, like, if you see something on, like, Twitter or in, like, an opinion column versus, like, a serious journalistic website, you look at it differently. So when we're looking at these claims made in a diss song, people are going to believe that it's just a fiery moment and that the stuff that's being said may not be fact. The judge also definitely listened to all the songs, pulled out parts from all the songs on both Drake's and Kendrick's side where they were both going back and forth at each other, and made the point that even though Drake was saying that the court needed to look at Not Like Us as an isolated event and this one claim and this one thing happened and it's ruining my career and UMG is behind it, the judge is like, we can't do that. We got to look at everything because we need to figure out where all this came from. And if we're looking at everything, it was basically you guys were both doing the same thing.
Yo, imagine the judge listening to all the records like, whoa,
no,
he ate this
like
nigga.
Why do we act like based off Drake's logic he didn't defame Kendrick? This man said Kendrick beat his wife.
Beat his
woman.
woman.
Man said Kendrick, one of Kendrick's children was by his best friend.
Oh, my
why is
God.
that? Calling him short? Don't nobody ever think about the vertically challenged.
All right, now, come on now, because y'all did be get you see how you just did? You just levitated a little bit. All that
Because
more
don't nobody
energy.
ever think about that. Through all of the insults that was thrown, don't nobody ever bring up just calling this man short over and over the impact it might have had on him. But luckily, our height don't fight. That's why Kendrick busted Drake's ass.
He did. Damn, Drake. I'm so sorry. I know he ready to be real mad. And imagine how many, the amount of niggas laughing at him.
No, DJ Mustard posted on X yesterday laughing emojis, and I'm only going to infer that those emojis were laughing at this lawsuit.
We would have been stopped talking about this ass kicking Drake. You keep reminding us of this ass kicking. You keep reminding us that Kendrick busted your ass.
How? He ain't even say nothing.
By the lawsuit. See, I look at it a couple of ways. I look at it in a couple of ways. I'm talking about is the fact that Drake is biracial. So I'm looking at it from a black and white perspective, okay? His daddy's side engaged in a rap battle. His daddy said, go out there and fight. Go out there and fight. And then when Kendrick busted his ass, his mama's side said, oh, no, Aubrey, we going to the police. Okay? That's what happened.
That's perfect.
And honestly, I feel like the judge's answer also made you remember. I mean, we were there, so we remember how big the song was when it first hit. But this was like a reminder. I was reading it like, if I was Drake, I hope he doesn't read this full 38 pages.
What you mean a reminder?
it just
He
rehighlights.
just did not like us at the Super Bowl in February.
Well,
he
man,
just won a bunch of Grammys, but not like us in February.
This answer was Super Bowl 2.0. They
and
pointed out
already
all the
a reminder.
numbers.
You don't have to say reminder. It's just
reminder.
Just one
reminder.
Reminder. Little Red Riding Hood.
That's right.
I'm trying to tell y'all. I was reading this like I hope Drake has some people around him if they have to take a look at this. And
what
he
you
also
mean? People around him for what? The hug?
Yes.
Yo,
I was reading it like I'm not even gonna hold you. I was reading this like the judge listened to all these songs and she's a Kendrick fan now.
I bet that's why I said imagine the judge listening to it going back and forth like imagine her favorite song being Euphoria like
she
it's mine.
called one of Kendrick's songs scathing, like, and then he came back with the scathing and fiery. I'm like, oh, she felt that one. I forget which. I think it was Euphoria. I don't remember.
Lauren said Drake got emotional support niggas. Like, you know how people got emotional support dogs?
Right.
Is that what you think Chubbs and Baka are?
They need to be if they ain't.
Those are grown men.
They need to be if they ain't, man.
We trying to touch somebody. Sometimes you just need support.
Man, you lost a rap battle, man. Suck it up. Like, god damn, it's just a rap battle.
This is the last thing I will say as we close.
Okay.
Drake's team also tried to make a point throughout this lawsuit that we were not smart enough to understand the full context of a rap battle. Like one song, then another song, then another song. That Not Like Us dropped and it made us forget everything. And that's why it's so defamatory. And UMG is the cause of it. And the judge said, you sound crazy and you shouldn't be using stuff from social media to prove evidence, and it's not substantial.
Oh, them guys really not like us because they don't understand how rap battles work. That's exactly how rap battles work. You go, I go, you go, I go, and then eventually one of us gonna go so hard that the whole crowd gonna be like, oh! Like if you think about 8 Mile, right?
Yes.
You don't remember nothing other after that last rap that Eminem did when he started talking about himself?
Yup, and then start talking about the other nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't
talking
remember.
about.
Yeah, well, he argued that Not Like Us was so big that nothing else should matter, and the judge said that doesn't make any sense.
No, he's right. Not Like Us was so big that nothing else mattered in that battle.
But not to the point where we believe that Drake was a pedophile.
No, nobody ever thought that.
That's what he's trying to say.
Just like I never thought Kendrick beat his wife, or I never thought Kendrick was I don't even think Kendrick's short for real. To be honest with you, you are crazy.
We saw him in concert.
His presence is too big. I don't even see a small. I don't even see a short man when I see him.
We literally went to the concert in MetLife, and he looked like a little ant.
No, he looked larger than life to me.
Not you.
I bet you he looked like a giant to Drake. I bet you Drake go to sleep and Kendrick looked 10 feet tall.
Yo, you are stupid.
You know what I want to hear right now?
What?
You already know.
What?
God damn it. Okay.
You are standing for the short man. Sitting. We can't tell.
When we come back, we got front page news. Plus, Allen Iverson will be joining us this hour. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy. DJ Envy is off today, but it's time for front page news with Mimi Brown.
Hey, girl.
Good morning, Mimi. Oh, let me say, too, the Las Vegas Aces are playing the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN. I love when games come on late on a Friday because I don't have to be up early tomorrow.
And the Giants won. Congratulations, big Giants.
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. You know why don't nobody care? Because I like this. I love the city of Philly, by the way. Okay?
Yeah, I know you
But
do.
I also love New York. But I hate their teams.
Okay, but they won. What the Cowboys on? Oh, okay.
We got a better record than the Giants.
It don't matter. They won yesterday. Give them
we
that.
beat the Giants this year.
Big up, New York. What's up, Mimi?
Hey, Mimi.
What's up, Jess and Charlamagne? Okay, so we start this hour in New York where Attorney General Letitia James, the Democrat who took on Donald Trump's business empire, is now facing criminal charges of her own. A federal grand jury in Virginia indicted James on 2 felony counts, bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution tied to what prosecutors call a fraudulent mortgage scheme. Now, it makes her the second high-profile Trump critic to face criminal charges after former FBI Director James Comey's indictment. Now, according to the 10-page indictment filed Thursday in the Eastern District of Virginia, prosecutors allege that James misrepresented the purpose of a home she purchased back in Norfolk in 2020. They say she applied for a second home mortgage, a type of loan that comes with lower rates, but then rented out the property to tenants, violating the terms of the loan and pocketing roughly $19,000 in what they call improper gains. Now, federal prosecutors also accuse her of repeating those misrepresentations on insurance and tax documents. Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former personal attorney turned interim U.S. attorney for the district, announced the charges yesterday, saying no one is above the law. Now, James, she quickly fired back, calling these allegations a desperate political attack from a president determined to punish his critics. Let's hear more of what she had to say.
He's forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding, all because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost.
She's absolutely right, and that's why we got to stop acting like Donald Trump doesn't have a hit list. Like, this is nothing but revenge. Like, it's almost pointless to even read what Tish James is being charged with because it's some BS. Like, Trump doesn't hide anything in regards to who he has a problem with. He told y'all he hates his opponents. He tells you who he doesn't want on TV. He tells you, what politicians he wants jailed. He wants to do people exactly the way that he was done when they were coming after him. Mm-hmm. I don't even think he cares if these people get charged. Get convicted or not.
I was just getting ready to say that. Analysts, a lot of people are saying it doesn't even matter if they get charged. It's just the fact that they have to go before a judge. They have to take that perp walk. They have to do all of those things. Right. So it's a win for him either way. So
yeah, he cares if they get charged. He cares if they get charged. He don't care if they get convicted.
Exactly.
You said they got to take a perk walk?
That's basically what he's in it for. He just wants to embarrass them.
Girl, what you know about a perk walk?
First of all, I can see them taking a perk. This is stressful. All right? I wouldn't blame any of them if they took a perk.
A perk walk is crazy. Okay,
but
go ahead.
She didn't say perk, she said perp.
Oh, perp walk. Girl, I thought you were talking about Percocet.
You know when you used to shoplift, Jess, and you get arrested and they had to bring you in front of the judge? You remember that?
Yes, on the way out the store, girl, they used to come and grab me by my little elbow like, don't turn around, don't make a scene. Ooh.
All right, well, court documents show that U.S. District Judge Jamar Walker, which is a Biden appointee, will preside over the case. She is set to make her first court appearance on October 24th in Norfolk, so we will continue to watch what happens in that case. And while one New York official is fighting charges of her own, the city she represents is taking on a different kind of battle, big tech. So on World Mental Health Day, New York City is asking a judge to hold Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and others accountable for what it calls a youth mental health crisis, claiming the apps are designed to keep kids hooked even at the expense of their well-being. In a 327-page federal complaint, the city says platforms have become a public nuisance, forcing schools and hospitals to shoulder mental health burdens that they did not choose. So according to the lawsuit, the companies allege that these social media companies built algorithms, notifications, and engagement loops that exploit psychological vulnerabilities in teenagers, contributing to depression, anxiety, self-harm, and other serious outcomes. And New York says it is now being forced to pay the price, more counseling, more hospital visits, more strain on schools. And these types of lawsuits, they are not just limited to New York. In fact, more than 30 states have already, they have pending or past actions against Meta, alleging that Facebook and Instagram are harming mental health, youth mental health.
Definitely.
Well, we can also do our best as parents to keep our kids off those platforms. Like, I don't allow my kids to use social media, and they don't miss it because they never had it. Okay, now that damn YouTube and those tablets with Roblox, that's a different story. But you can't miss what you never experienced.
And so after all the talk about how social media is reshaping our mental health, now artificial intelligence is changing something else, how we connect. So we've all heard of cuffing season, that time of year when the weather cools down and people start looking to lock in a partner before winter. They are still doing that, Charlamagne. Yep. It typically runs. Yep. It runs from October to February. But this year, the dating game is looking a little different thanks to AI. People are now turning to dating apps and plugins that use artificial intelligence to help them slide into someone's DMs. So apps like Riz, GPT, Your Move, CupidBot, among others, what they do is they analyze your profile and then help you craft everything from that perfect icebreaker to that clever one-liner. Developers say it's meant to take the pressure off of people who freeze up when trying to start a conversation, But critics say it takes the authenticity out of dating. So dating coaches, they're already seeing it play out in real time, with some people admitting they're not sure if they're falling for a person or falling for an algorithm.
But you see, it's like ups and downs with that, right? Because I like it because this gives the people who can't talk to women, you know, the socially awkward people that still want to date, it gives them a chance to be able to communicate with a woman. You know what I'm saying?
You think so? Because to me, it feels like a different form of catfishing. Because am I talking to you, or are you putting what I say in an app and then spitting it out? What you're going to say back to me?
That's very true. And shouldn't you have a limit on how many times you talk to a person through the computer? At some point, if there's some interest, y'all should meet up and look in each other's eyes and, you know, see what each other smell like, right?
Right. But you got to take the lessons, though. Like, you can't just be on there just, how do I say this to the girl? You have to be able to be trained by it. You know, you got to learn something from it. And then you can even be honest, when we do meet up and see each other for the first time and I smell you and all that and you don't stink, you have to be honest. Be like, look, I ain't even going to hold you. I ain't really know how to, you know, spit the game to you. So I asked, you know, ChatGPT how to holler at you. You know, I'm going to get better with it. But I at least I did my due diligence on trying. Yeah. So I put the effort in to try to get to communicate with you to get to this point right here.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. For all the medium ugly guys like myself, the computer does you a disservice, and I'll tell you why. I would have never overachieved in the women's department the way I did in my life if it wasn't for face-to-face conversation. Because you know, if I was just talking to a woman during the computer, they'd be like, oh, you know, blah, 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 he's interesting, whatever. But then when they meet me, they're like, ugh.
Oh, my God,
But when you present the medium ugly from the beginning, but then they be like, oh, he's funny, oh, he might be smart, oh, you know, I like his conversation, then it's different. It grows over time. You start to look past the medium ugly.
Yeah, but you talking about being ugly. We talking about communication. Like, we have to know
that's what I mean. If it wasn't for communication, I would have never overachieved in the women's department. But the communication, being face-to-face, eye-to-eye, is what makes that happen. Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow Black Information Network and download the free iHeartRadio app or visit BINnews.com.
We appreciate you, Mimi. And listen, today is Friday, so you know we do the People's Donkey on Friday. So if you want to call up and give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid, you can do that right now. 1-800-585-1051. And when we come back, a cultural icon, a person who shifted culture in ways that, you know, we are still feeling today. Mr. Allen Iverson will be here to talk about his new book, Misunderstood. It is a memoir. It's out right now, and he'll be joining us when we come back. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa's here as well. We got a special guest in the building.
Come on, man. Another cultural icon. We having a week of cultural icons, bro.
Yes. AI, Allen Iverson, Bumper Chuck, whatever you want to call him. Mr. 757. He's in the building. New book, Misunderstood, is out right now.
That's right.
Allen Iverson, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How you feeling, man?
Good. Life be life. It's same fight, different round. Before we start, how much time we got?
As much time as you want, brother.
What you mean?
Because I don't know where this is going to go. But look, man. Friends, all right. So I know, you know, what type of. I mean, I'm just me and Jess, but you know how you get to know somebody from afar, and you can basically kind of tell what type of person they are. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've known you since I was in high school, and big fan of you, bro. Friendships, man, it's hard because when you think about your friend, obviously, you know you can't choose your family members. You know what I mean? You're born into that. But your friends, you feel like y'all got so much in common with each other and you have so much love for them because, you know, they kind of like basically a reflection of you or you got the same type of things in common or whatever and you just grow to love them like family. They become, you know, the guys become brothers and your homegirls become your sisters. But it's rough, man, navigating through that. You know what I mean? I know how much I love my family. My friends, I got so much flack when I first got into the league. You know what I mean? It was the entourage.
Absolutely.
Bringing your homeboys from where you from. You trust them so much. You love them. You want them to go on the ride with you. You want them to take this journey, you know, through it. It's new to me. I've been poor my whole life, and then snap of a finger, I'm rich and famous. And it's a lot, you know what I mean? So you want to have so many people around you that you love and you trust. You know what I mean? And the money, man, just, you know what I mean? It just, you know, and it's so different from me, and it's so hard for me because with my athletic ability that I was blessed with, I've been like this since I was 8 years old. Like, I always felt that I was rich. When I was poor, I always been famous. You know what I mean? When I was 8 years old, I go in the barbershop and guys 17, 18, 20, 25 years old, guys like, oh, there you go. You know, that's the one right there. That's him. So it's always been that for me. I always had that attention. You know what I mean? I always been like that. You know, once I got some money, it was no different for me. Obviously, I could do things with my family and my friends that I couldn't do before. You know, that goes without saying. Man, just the painful lessons of friends not being who you think they are when you add the root of all evil and the things.
Did something just recently happen?
Definitely, it happens all the time. But I feel a pendulum swinging in another direction as far as how I feel about it, like how it used to hurt me. You know what I mean? You tell someone, you want to find out if somebody your friend, you tell them no once.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And their reaction would say it all. You know what I mean? Chuck, hey, man, I got a business, opportunity. I want to start this. I want to start that. Man, can you give me 100,000? And you don't even have to tell them no.
Yeah.
You can say not right now. You know, later on. But these are the same people you pay their rent, pay their over the years child support. You know, pay your mom rent. You know, this, that,
lawyer fees.
Yeah. Every time you go to a jewelry store, you taking them. You know, because the most awkward feeling is I don't want to be shining and looking good, and my homeboys not. So when I go see Manny, you know what I mean, they going. You know what I mean. When I get cars, they get cars. You know what I mean, like, and it's just like when you tell them no, the way they act. You know, somebody saying this, hey, yo, man, what's up with your man AI? You know, what's up with it, man? That.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Like,
after reading your book, nobody should question your loyalty or ever say
bro,
not the way you took care of people.
I'm telling you what you've seen. But do you regret that? Because
I mean,
you took Virginia with you everywhere you went.
That's where I say the pendulum is swinging. That's why I say or feel that my maturation is on a higher level now, because back then, when something traumatic would happen to me like that, or I see how they act, for me telling them no, I feel myself not giving a damn anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Even in the book, there's nobody that felt like that was around you that didn't help you in some way, shape, or form. So you was repaying them. Like, you talk about how when you was in jail, they was taking care of your mom, and they were the ones that would tell you, you're not going to be hustling, you're going to be playing ball. So it wasn't like you just had a bunch of leeches around. It was people that looked out for you, so you look back out for them.
You know what? If I look out for one of my homeboys, my homegirls, I don't expect you to give it back. You know what I mean? I ain't never asked for nothing back. You know what I mean? I just feel like me being the head of the snake, the perfect example. It's like me being on our 2001 team who went to the finals. I'm the killer. Everybody know that. This is the guy gonna put the ball in the basket. This is what he do. Now, what we do is compliment him. We do everything else, all his deficiencies, the things that he can't do on the defensive end of the, of the court. You know, he's lead the league in steals year after year. But you got to gamble, and when he gamble, the Kimbe is there to make sure I'm good. The O is there, the block shots, make sure I'm good. They could do all of the things that I couldn't do, and that's what made Voltron. You know what I mean? You put all those things together, and it was me and a bunch of dogs. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with my friendship. Yeah, he's the guy. People look at him another way, so I have a role. I have to do this. This is my part. This is what I have to do.
Another thing too, and maybe this could be part of what you're feeling right now. It seemed like the whole team had a dream. It wasn't you supposed to get on in basketball. You supposed to get on in basketball, and everybody else was supposed to make it in rap. So everybody was supposed to be doing their own thing.
I didn't have the LeBron James, crew, Mav, Randy, and Rich blueprint. I didn't have that blueprint. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, we gonna get in where we fit in. You know what I mean? Like, I even had one of my homeboys tell me, like, I'm going to work every day, working every day. Man, I'm supposed to be a superstar by now. You know what I mean? I'm going to work. I'm like I've had incidents like, I'm getting ready to go on the road, and it was a casino. I go to the bank, I get $50,000. They got 30,000 in large and 20,000 in 20s. And I'm getting on the plane. My man come. I give him the 20,000. He looked at it like it was something wrong with it because it was all 20s.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
I'm like, yo, did this, really just, did that really just happen? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like you thinking you doing what's right, but you're not holding people accountable.
Right.
You being a crutch for them. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something. You know what I mean? You're not stitching it up. You know what I mean? You're not stapling it up. You know what I mean? And they always feel like that. You know what I mean? But the hurtful part is the response of actually saying no. Aaron McKee told me, he said, Chuck, just, you know what I mean, when you cutting your grass, you know what I mean, and you getting them snakes out of there, let them ask you for something and tell them no. You know what I mean? And I think I'm doing a great job of cutting it, but you still got the little small, the snakes might be gone, but some worms in there, some small. You know what I'm saying?
Right now it's Charles Barkley and a whole bunch of people saying we was trying to tell him this 30 years ago.
That's right. Like, it's just like the basketball aspect of everything. I ain't never think that I would retire that early. You know what I mean? I ain't never had no backup plan. Like, growing up, once my mom told me I could be anything I wanted to be, I wanted to be an NBA basketball player, and that was it. It was no B, C, D. It was just that one dream. Coach Thompson used to always tell me, you always listening to everybody else. You're always listening to somebody that's never been to, from A to Z, telling you how to get there. You know what I mean? And that's what I was. I had everybody that wasn't me and never had the experience telling me how to do it.
I want to ask you about the title of the book, man. Do you think you were misunderstood? 'Cause that's the title of the book. Or did people outside of your circle just not take the time to understand you?
You're a smart dude.
Sometimes.
A lot. This is one of my favorite shows, so I see the good days and bad days.
You been ducking this for a long time. Somebody say you black. I'm gonna come.
I watched Dame come up here. It's for real. It get real. I think they can answer it better. My perspective is they were learning on the fly too. It's like, with my documentary that's coming out, it was like 3 hours long. I think I cried like 2.5 hours of it. I had to keep walking out of the theater because you think when it comes to the people that love you. You think how they feel about, turbulent times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think how your girl feel. You think how your mom feel, your uncles, your aunts, your homeboys, your homegirls. But then when they actually tell you from their point of view how they felt, and how they looked at things, and how I didn't see how I was f***ing up, how they had to try to address me with certain things, like, you driving the car, we riding shotgun, and it's hard to tell somebody, that's trying to live their life, what they should do and what they shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 21 years old. You know what I mean? When I got into the league, at that age, like, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, the dress code, I'm like, I dress like the dudes, the drug dealers from my neighborhood. Like, I'm dressing like this because, this what the old heads from my neighborhood, this how they dress. You know what I mean? I just couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? My cornrows, I got cornrows because I was tired of barbers messing my hair up. So I'm like, damn, if I just grow my hair, I ain't got to deal with that. Tattoos just got addictive. I got one. I couldn't afford them. I would have been got a lot of them. My daddy was a hustler. You know what I mean? He was in the streets. My mom, in the streets. Like, I didn't have no.
Sit you down and give you structure. Yo, this is how you do
Wasn't
things.
no Coach Thompson then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wasn't those people? They weren't in my life yet. So all of that was where he was. He was, but he was there when I got to the NBA. Me and his phone calls was, you all right? We never talked about basketball. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. All right, I'm just checking on you. How's Swana? Good. How the kids? You know what I mean? And that was it. He was allowing me and thinking he was preparing me at Georgetown for what was the inevitable, me going to the league. But you can't prepare for that, bro.
How was that pressure, though? Because the nicest player, right? But you change culture. But when you changed the culture, the NBA pushed back against it. But you never broke. You never folded, even though they could have banned AI and said, "Nah, we don't want you in our league." But you never folded. You never backed down, and you kept it that way, which hurt you at times. Why was that?
They profited off it too. You know what I mean? I would be on, one of the things that hurt me is I was on a magazine. They wanted me on a magazine because of my talent and who I was, but they airbrushed my tattoos off. So you want me, but you want some of me. I took the ass whooping for it, but the dress code thing, like, I actually was just, you know what I mean? I was 21. Where am I going after the game? I'm going to the club. You know what I mean? Like, before that, they were used to dudes wearing suits, and you know what I mean? I was like, damn, like, I've never worn a suit growing up. I'm going to church or to a funeral. The only time I put on a suit.
In the courtroom.
In the courtroom. Definitely in the courtroom. So I never wore a suit to the gym to play, to the park. Sweatsuit, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think nothing of it. David Stern and the rest of the NBA was like, nah, because it was all right when I was doing it. But then everybody else said, okay, like, he can do that? We can do this? So then everybody, you know, you see Kobe coming in with the diamond chains on and the baggy clothes, and, you know, everybody started doing it. Then the league was like, hold on, we got to do something about that. So it wasn't anything malicious. Like, and that whole situation showed me a lot, and it proved a lot to me at a young age about stereotyping people, because, you know, when you seen John Gotti kept on a $2,000 suit. But what was he?
That's right.
He get busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it ain't about, you know, what you got on the outside, is who you are.
And they said that bothered you the most when they labeled you a thug.
Yeah. I'd be cool with a street dude. Cool with that. Because that's what I am. I mean, that's where I come from. That's all I've ever been around in my life. That's what I grew up around. But a thug, like, nah, that's a stretch.
I was wondering, would you change things? And the reason I asked that, because even in the book, you understood you had to wear a suit to court, but you didn't want to do it for press conferences in the NBA.
I was bad advice. Like, I was told to go to trial and go off whatever the judge say, opposed to having a jury. That was bad advice. You know what I mean? Some of the I was getting advice from people that never had been through it. You know what I mean? I was told that if I wore a suit, then they'd be lenient. I was I was extremely wrong.
Oh, so you wish you'd have just wore the
I might as well.
Yeah.
I remember that same suit. I was in a cell. It was 100 degrees with no fans in there, in a holding cell. I was in a 4-man cell with 15 people. You know what I mean? And that suit, when they came and got me, I was in the corner with my boxers on, you know what I mean, soaking wet, and the suit was balled up in the corner when they came and got me out of there. I had on my boxers. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Do you regret anything?
Nah, because I wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't change anything, man, in my life. All of these experiences, even with the book, man, it's like, I love, like, my girl always talked to me about, why do you let, like what I started talking about in the beginning, why do you let that type of bother you? And I'm like,
the practice press conference.
No, just with my friends. How people, you know what I mean? It's like, why? And I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I love the people that I love, and it hurt when they show you who they really are.
Of course.
Because I'm thinking you somebody else. You know what I mean? And she like, you know, why do you stress out over stuff like that? And you different. You have a talent, and you're blessed to be able to brush that stuff off. It's hard for me. Now, my talent obviously is, you know, legendary with hoop. But I think another blessing that I have is to be an open book, to be someone. I'm embarrassed about the practice rant. I'm embarrassed about, not really embarrassed, but it wasn't smart for me to, you know, because I remember, you know, people telling me, AI, you cannot take care of everybody. And I used to let it go on one ear and right out the other, like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm going to be the exception to the rule. I'm going to take care of the people that I love. Like, that's just me. You know what I mean? And
I think that's why I hurt you so bad, because your heart is in it. You love these people, you know. And,
Yeah.
you're Superman, but you still have a heart. You know what I mean? And you like,
but this is my gift. Like, this is my gift to this book, this documentary, my experiences, the turbulent, the ups and downs. Like, if one kid or one adult, whatever, read this book and they can take something from it. I have people come to me all the time and be like, yo, man, you inspired my life, man. I would have died if it wasn't for you. I would have went to jail for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, you changed my life, and that motivate me. You know what I mean? Like, to give more. Like, to even when you're embarrassed, you're uncomfortable. You know, talk about it. Somebody might not have to go through it. You might save somebody's life.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about it. Man, you was on top of the world. You had all the money. You know what I mean? All you had to do. It's easy for a to tell Chuck what to do with his. It's easy for somebody to say what I would have did. Man, if I was him, I would have did. You ain't me, You know what I mean? You don't know how. I'm sorry. But
do your thing.
You not me. You know what I mean? I make mistakes. I'm human, just like you.
I seen an interview. You gave up drinking 6 months ago.
Yeah.
What got you to that point where you said this is enough?
It was. I'd be lying if I would say it just stopped abruptly. You know what I mean? It was situations. You know what I mean? Where's my at? You know what I mean? Like, I know I put it here. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with having certain guys around you. Everybody, when they your people know when you're drunk. Yo, just chill, man. Just give him up 2 more glasses of Dom, man. Time. Hey, yo, man, I'm up right now, man. Goddamn it, I need you. You know what I'm saying? Man, this going on, that going on, man. I need you to look out for me. Hey, man, you waited till I get this in, because when and Emmy just talked about it. When I get nice, man, we'll give you the shirt off his back. Yo, I went to sleep last night, I had 25,000 on me. You know what I mean? Man, how I got 1,200?
You waiting to run to the liquor store.
Yo, where my sneakers at? Man, you gave such and such your Louis sneakers. You gave your sister your fur coat. You gave da. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just small compared to the real. You know what I mean? Not feeling well. You know what I mean? I did all this, and I was having fun last night. To wake up feeling like this, you know what I mean? Then my responsibilities, you know what I mean? You missing flights, and you know what I mean? I mean, it's a plethora of things, man. You just drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started evaluating, like, what good does it do for me?
Yeah.
You understand? Like, you can have fun with your homeboys, your homegirls. You know what I mean? Without that, and I talked to God about it. I asked him to help me be strong. I ain't go to no AA or nothing like that. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not doing it. And that's what it was. And the crazy thing about it is I've been with her for 35 years. And since I was 15. And this crazy part about it is she said, when I told her I was stopping, that after that she prayed on it. And she said that was the only time that she ever prayed on it. Like, I've said it plenty of times in the past, and she said that was the only time that she prayed on it, and I was authentic with it.
As a husband, what have you discovered?
Boyfriend.
Y'all married for life, man. Y'all married for life.
It's like boyfriend. Not
You're married for
life. That in the book.
I mean, we got divorced.
So you married, divorced, and y'all got right back together like 6 months later or something you said?
I want this point to be made, because you think I'm who I am, and I was out of control. And this threat was there for years. For years and years and years and years and years. And it's like the boy cried wolf. Like, whatever. I heard that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it was like she got to the point where, like, yo, I got to show this. I got to do something to show him I'm serious. Like, and that's what happened. You in that courtroom, you looking over there, and you see number one right there, and you looking down at that paper, and them tears hitting that paper, and it don't say, you know, I've been Georgetown versus Georgetown, and it's been a scrimmage, or Sixers versus Sixers, and you looking at the stat sheet, whatever. I'm looking at Iverson versus Iverson. You know what I mean? And like, yo, it's real. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you wear a suit?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And look, I really was defiant then.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got me in here, you know what I mean? Like, and I had a judge. The judge was vicious. Like, I couldn't do nothing right.
Even in that moment, you were defiant and I guess upset, even though you knew, because you said you knew you were out of control. But so, like, in that moment, why are you defiant and upset if she's just doing what she thinks is going to help, I guess, to get you to a better spot for her?
I was selfishly thinking about my demise because I know in my heart and in my mind that I can't live without her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it. Like, I know it. I took her love for me for granted. You know what I mean? Like, as far as she loving me so much that I felt like, you know, that she would never go nowhere. Like, this is all I've known. This is the only love that I've ever known. As far as, like, I've never loved someone like this in my life. You know what I mean? Then a lot of times, you know, all women would say, or even guys, you know, anybody that's, you know, logical about anything, how you love her so much and you do the things. And I don't have an answer for
We
it.
never do, though. As men, we never do. We don't know why we do the dumb shit we do.
So how has not drinking, and, you know, it seems like your focus is different in this time of your life. How has that made you guys rediscover each other in a relationship?
Oh,
right
yeah,
now?
I'm Claire Huxtable. I mean, Cliff. She's Claire. I'm Cliff Huxtable now. Like, I kind of get a feeling like I'm the guy. Like, I always felt like, you know, I was the guy she always wanted. You know what I mean? Wanted me to be. But I really feel like that guy now. Like, I feel like it's not the Huxtables around there, obviously. But like, she loved, you know, this me. You know what I mean? Because you always getting this me. It's hard to take advantage of somebody that can see shit clear as hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? Opposed to being nonchalant about everything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, my homeboy says a different Chuck now. You know what I mean? I see. I see what's going on. You know what I mean? All the stuff that I used to, you know, not pay attention to, I'm paying attention to it now. You know what I mean? And I just think, you know, by me making this decision, it's so much better for not just myself, everybody around me.
Right.
I can help better. My advice is better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a better friend now. I'm a better family member. This is clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, I'm the smartest man in the world because I know I'm not.
They're saying you got to rap,
Yeah,
but I do got one last question, man. You changed the entire culture of basketball, but to me, you changed black culture. You also changed hip hop culture from your fashion to your attitude to just your authenticity. When you see how the NBA and the world embraces individuality now, do you feel celebrated or do you still feel misunderstood?
It's I get the opportunity. Like, this is an opportunity for me. You know what I mean? Like, all of those years you wanted to. You know, you wanted this. Nah, man, you got me wrong. Talk about it to your family and your friends, man, I'm misunderstood, man. They ain't getting it. You know what I mean? It ain't like that. And then this platform and then all the other big platforms, and, you know, just you guys giving me the opportunity to come up here and ask me that I want to answer, that I want the world to know. And this book took years. You know what I mean? The documentary took years to do. I'm just happy that I get an opportunity to tell my story, or write my story, and help somebody. All I want is for people to get out of it. Man, it's all right to be you. It's all right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it's things that's gonna happen in your life, and it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? But that's when you gonna lean on number one. You gonna lean on Him. You gonna lean on God. You don't ask them you don't question them at all. You know what I mean? Whatever happened. My grandma told me when I went to jail, that bowling alley thing. Right. I said, Nana, why are they doing this to me if they know I didn't do what they said I did?
Don't question
and she
God.
Said, never question God. And I've never done it since then. Right. You know what I mean? Whatever He do, you know what I mean? I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? He driving this car, and I'm just sitting there, ride shotgun, wherever He take me, that's where I'm going, and I'm gonna live with the results. So that's the only thing I want out of this thing, man. Live and laugh and love, man.
And we love you, brother.
We love you too,
Love
my
you.
brother. Man.
It's Allen
Misunderstood is
Iverson.
available everywhere now.
Misunderstood is out right now. It's the
Damn, man,
Breakfast
y'all
Club.
just walk out.
I gotta go.
It's Allen Iverson. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The younger me is so pleased.
Me too.
Allen Iverson and Little John in the same week shaped my formative years. You know how many memories I have attached to those individuals?
I know.
It's time for the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a street fast.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Paul Pierce, Boston Celtics legend, was arrested Tuesday. The California Highway Patrol reported that authorities found him asleep while he was in the driver's seat of his Range Rover as it was in the middle of traffic on the 101 freeway in the San Fernando Valley. Cops say lanes had been closed on the highway while a crash investigation occurred, and Paul Pierce, who was sleeping, was discovered following their reopening at around 11:35 p.m. Officers noted signs of alcohol impairment when officers encountered Pierce. The police say they conducted a DUI investigation. Pierce was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol, a violation of California Vehicle Code, and taken into a Central Los Angeles area office.
Now, how they know he was drunk? Did they do a breathalyzer? Did they smell liquor? Because I'm telling you something, when you 47, sometimes I just be driving mid-afternoon and I be tired as hell. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I be calling my wife like, I gotta pull over or something. I'm sleepy. So,
well, they said they conducted a DUI investigation, but so, to your point, and also your age, Paul Pierce says he posted a photo, and the photo is literally him sitting in traffic on the highway in the driver's seat, and he says, "Imagine being stuck in standstill traffic for 45 minutes and falling asleep." I took this picture that night because I've never been in standstill traffic for this long. I'm old, I'm tired, and I fell asleep. I'm good, y'all. Thanks for the love.
Man, drop on the clues bombs with Paul Pierce. Why do y'all just jump to the DUI? I need
crazy.
more proof that there was a DUI because I totally understand him.
Right.
When I overstand him at this age.
Yeah, I said to your point, to your age.
I ain't talking to you. I'm
okay.
I'm talking to the people.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
The police who act like they ain't old.
Well, in other sports news, so the Aces Mercury WNBA Finals game are putting up viewership numbers that are breaking records. So, yes, so they are putting up numbers that we have not seen in decades. So, according to ESPN, the 2025 WNBA Finals between the Las Vegas Aces and the Phoenix Mercury have produced the most viewed WNBA Finals through 2 games since 2000.
Ooh, drop on the clues bomb for the Aces and Mercury.
Yeah, so according to ESPN, they're averaging 1.5 million viewers between games on ESPN and ABC, and that's the biggest number through 2 games since the Houston Comets and the New York Liberty averaged 1.54 million viewers in 2000 with games on NBC and Lifetime.
Thank you, Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you, Roscoe and Eva Wilson. Thank you, Heathwood Hall. Thank you, University of South Carolina. Thank you, Don Staley, for producing and developing the face of the league, a woman who, if she keeps going at this pace, will be the greatest woman basketball player of all time, Asia Wilson. Okay, that's why we watching. Okay,
period.
No,
okay,
they have a game. Okay, damn.
No, I like you overstating that point because people was trying to say some other things. I saw reports that that viewership was not the same because Caitlin Clark wasn't playing.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, so I actually love that you overstated that point. When is their game this weekend?
Tonight. 8 o'clock.
Oh, tonight.
Yes, game 4 in Phoenix. Yes. Drop on the clues bombs for the Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury.
Well, our last showdown of the hour, Little John and DJ Paul. So Little John posted like a screen recording of like a FaceTime. And he says, or they say, because both of them collabed on a post on Instagram, tune in here tomorrow at 3 p.m. or today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to settle this crunk conversation for good. Cousins, Memphis, and Atlanta representatives DJ Paul and Lil Jon talk it out. Who started crunk? Hashtag who started crunk?
Oh, wow.
Who started crunk?
Are they going to be playing music there?
I don't know. I don't
like
know
the Memphis hits or the Memphis crunk or whatever, and then the Atlanta crunk.
I feel like they should. We have some music that
Lil Jon was up here, right?
Yeah, Lil Jon was up here.
That's where the conversation started.
Yes, 100%. And we got some of the hits, but I mean, you said that you felt like Lil Jon and Eastside Boys.
That's not what I said.
No, you said 3-6.
Yeah, you paying attention.
No,
to
you
the
said Master P.
That's not what I said
Lil
either.
Jon said Master P.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I
Lil
said
Jon
Lil
said
Jon.
Master P.
Lil Jon
and
is the
Master P
face.
posted it. Shout out to Master P.
Little John is the face of Crunk, but to me, it was 3-6 Mafia.
Okay.
But,
I'm sorry.
But
Yeah, you said
I do
3-6.
agree with John with what he said when it came to getting rowdy. It was
Master P. Okay.
But Little John and the Pastor Troys of the world, they took Crunk to a whole other level. They gave it a name to me, and a brand.
Well, we got some songs. You helped me with the 3-6 songs, and we grabbed our own Lil Jon songs. And I will say,
Lord. Why? Well, y'all wasn't even outside then.
no, I was outside, but it was a different type of outside. I realized that we didn't know it was Crunk. We just loved Lil Jon.
I was outside, but
You did? Okay.
I did tell you them songs. I thought you was just asking me. I know you was asking me to play.
Crazy.
Duh.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I wanted to get it right, but I don't know if we got it right on the Lil Jon song.
You could have went a little harder on John.
Yeah.
You could have played Throw Him Up. You could have played Get Crunk. You could have went a little harder.
But no,
you know, you being like the real, like, deep cut South.
That 3-6 different, though.
We was
Yeah.
outside. Okay.
See,
That was our era. That's when you had to know how to fight to be outside. Okay? Because you just never knew.
You had to know how to fight to be outside of
Nah,
my era,
y'all
too.
just fight now because y'all stupid.
When Nuck If You Buck dropped in the party, you knew your people. If you ain't getting along, you know they was coming. Like, you had to know. What?
You ain't never heard. Listen, it's a Nuck If You Buck is a Negro spiritual. Don't get it twisted. When a song plays that is literally challenging you, I bet you won't hit a mother. I bet you won't. And you got drugs in you and alcohol, and you just staring at somebody looking stupid. You don't even know them. You just swing off on them because they dared you. Challenged you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what she's saying. It used to be the same way in Delaware.
Yeah, but it's just like they would bump you in the club. Speaking of Delaware, make sure y'all come out. We're not doing none of this, though. Today, Delaware State Homecoming University alumni.
Leather jackets.
First of all, this is Entire Studios, baby. This is a good little
Who
coin.
said that?
Don't. Okay, because you mad because I asked you how you used to dress in Monk's Corner, and I knew that them white tees you wore 4 times in a row, and they was dirty and dingy.
And we don't dress like that now.
Tear the club up. Take that T-shirt off.
Oh my God. And your socks too small. What the hell?
All right, y'all.
The heel part is in the middle with a foot.
I bet you won't hit a mother, though.
No, we not.
That's what I told you when you went live with that scarf on.
No.
I told you. I said, you doing all that woofing online. I said, I bet you won't hit a mother.
Who you wanted her to hit?
Right.
Mr. Sturdy Pie?
I don't know. I was talking.
Yeah, right.
Shut up.
Yeah, a big one. Period.
When we come back, we got the People's Donkey. Call up right now and tell us who you want to give the biggest hee-haw to. It's the Breakfast Club.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club. It's your time to nominate a donkey of your own.
Remember now, it's how they choose.
Call in now, 800-585-1051.
Yes, Donkey today for Friday, October 10th, World Mental Health Day. It's the People's Donkey. This is where we allow you the opportunity to call in and give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid. So, good morning. Who's this?
Yo, what's going on? This is Dre from Queens.
Dre, who you want to get the biggest hee-haw to, Dre?
Man, I'm giving Donkey of the Day to my girlfriend, little brother Manny. Man, we do everything for his ass, man. Take care of him, and we just ask his ass to do some chores, clean the crib, and it's a problem. He fighting, he talking back like a little girl and everything, man, and I'm just tired of it.
How old are you?
His ass getting Donkey of the Day.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 23.
How old is Manny?
Manny is 18, and we telling him you turning into a man now, man, so you got to start taking on responsibility. And it's just chores. Nothing crazy we asking him to do.
All right, man. Be careful with that little YN, man. He come home with a goddamn stick with a switch on it. You know what I mean?
Hell no, I beat his ass quick.
Okay. All right, thank you for calling, my brother. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, it's Symantha. How are you?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How are you? Who you want to get the biggest hee-haw to?
To my daughter's dad.
What's his name?
His name is D.
D from where?
Little Beach, South Carolina.
Damn, what he did?
Oh, Lord, take care of your kid. Mom said I had to call you and tell you to call your child and tell her hi.
Damn.
You wake up every day with your girlfriend's kids, no offense to them, love them, but take care of your kids. How you taking care of somebody else's kids that can't call yours?
Oh, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm going to be honest with you. Those type of people really, really piss me off because, you know, it's one thing to just ignore kids altogether, right? If you don't take care of your kids, you don't take care of your kids. But if you don't take care of your kids, but you taking care of somebody else's kids or somebody else's grandkids, I don't respect that at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I hope D hears this and, he gets his mind right. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's KP from Mansfield.
KP, who you want to get the biggest hee-haw to?
Man, I want to give it to Saquon Barkley because he messed up a few of my parlays last night. I just needed him for a touchdown,
and about 60 yards, and he couldn't even do that. And he lost to his former team. So, yeah, he got donkey of the day.
Why y'all be acting like running backs have a long shelf life? Like, and that's the crazy thing about being a running back. You might have a fantastic year like he had last year, and then come back this year and not be hitting on nothing.
I'm saying, like, but you can't just run. You the running back. You can't run the ball in when you first and goal.
Listen, running backs have the shortest career of any NFL position. I'm just telling y'all.
This man's donkey. He's giving the donkey of the day to Saquon.
And I don't even know why I'm sticking up for Saquon. I hate the Giants
exactly.
and the Eagles.
Dak Prescott, he deserves a donkey too, but that's another day.
I think Dak taking us to the Super Bowl this year, and I think he the MVP. But I'm a delusional Cowboy fan, so don't listen to me. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Casey.
Casey?
Yes, sir.
Who you want to get the biggest hee-haw to, Casey?
Man, I just want to get the biggest hee-haw to my boss, man. Me and my coworker work all day, every day, hard.
No. You got to say his name and you got to say where you work. Don't call up here.
Yo, he can't do.
Yes, he can. You can't. You can't be anonymous, bro. I don't be anonymous with my donkeys. Come on now. Who?
Yeah, because you don't give them to nobody in the corporate office.
I ain't gonna get fired, man. I work in a beer factory.
Okay. Well, say you was drunk. You ain't mean. And you ain't mean. And okay, so tell me what.
Me and my coworker, man, we work all day, every day, and he a yes man to these white people, man.
Does he pay you?
Nah, he don't pay me. The company.
No. That's what I'm saying. Does the company pay y'all?
Yeah, the company pays.
So what else he supposed to be other than a yes man? Like, what is he? This is his job.
You don't have to be a yes man.
If you were here to see it, then you would understand it.
I got to see it because I'm like, what did they say? Come to work, yes. Okay.
No,
we need you to work these hours, yes. All right. I don't understand when y'all say he a yes man at a company. He working. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Roxy from Alabama to North Carolina.
Hey, Roxy. How you doing, man? I'm going to be in Alabama soon, too. I'm going to tell y'all next week I'm going to be at it.
Oh, yeah. We love you, Charlamagne. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Loren.
Good morning, baby.
He's not for there this morning, is he?
No, he not here. Who you want to get the biggest hee-haw to?
He got to come to work. I'm going to get the biggest hee-haw. I'm giving names this morning, y'all.
There you go.
Right.
Out there in North Carolina, I'm giving dog of the day the area. That's my ex-boyfriend, baby mama.
Dang.
And she done pressed some false charges on me, and I got a gatekeeper order where she can't press charges on me, so she done messed up her probation situation. Now she finna go to jail trying to put me in jail for no reason.
What kind of fake charges she put on you?
Stalking charges, honey, and I ain't got time to stalk her because she a whole crackhead, and I work. I got 3 kids. I'm in school. All type of stuff going on. I don't stalk this crackhead.
Well, crack make you paranoid now, so she might have thought you was stalking her when you wasn't.
No, I think she want me more than her baby daddy want me. That's what I think was going on.
Really?
Talk about it. That's the real tea. That's the real tea behind a crack.
So you might.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So you might need to go sit on her face one time just for the coaching.
I don't want no crackhead.
I don't want no crackhead. First of all,
nobody want to sit on no crackhead face. I might catch something.
Don't judge people who slept with crackheads. Sometimes it's just a
transition. I'm judging everybody who slept with a crackhead. I know a lot of men who slept with crackheads, and they look like crackheads now.
That's not true, because I did when I was young back in the day.
What? You sold crack for a week, Charlamagne. That don't count.
Hey, yo.
Well, I slept with a crackhead for, I guess during that week.
Hey, yo, you a clown, yo. Crazy. And we changed your life.
Well, thank you for calling. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Storm.
Peace, Storm. We want to get the biggest hee-haw to?
I want to give the biggest hee-haw to JT. I feel like she's going on a Nikki rant. She needs to take her loss and bow down. I mean, because every time I cut on the radio, I put Magnet on. Baby, just take that loss. Don't be another Drake.
Dang.
That's right.
Well, JT, we ain't got to worry about JT suing for losing a rap battle. That much we know. Well, thank you for calling. That's the People's Donkey. We do it every Friday. You can call in and give somebody the biggest hee-haw. But today is World Mental Health Day, man. I want y'all to know that. And tomorrow is my 5th annual Mental Wealth Expo at the Joel and Diane Bloom Wellness and Event Center in Newark, New Jersey from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a free event. We got some of the best mental health professionals in the country. Jason Wilson, Debbie Brown, Dr. Alfie Breland Noble. People like Angela Rye will be there sharing her experiences. Deontay Wilder will be there sharing his experiences. But my good brother, Dr. J. Barnett, will be there. And he's going to be joining us next along with Dr. Joel Tudman. Because today is World Mental Health Day, man. And these are two brothers who are not afraid to be vulnerable and help you get mentally healthy. So we're going to talk to them brothers when we come back. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious. Envy's not here, but Loren LoRosa is in, and we got some special guests in the building, man. The good brother, Dr. J. Barnett, along with Dr. Joel Tudman. How y'all brothers doing, man?
Man, we good, man. Feeling good this morning, man.
Feeling real good.
You see Dr. J on the Just Hill podcast. Y'all go on the Just Hill tour together.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's been exciting, man. The Just Hill podcast with Dr. J, man. We launched back in April, and just to see how it's grown, Shaw was on me for years. Like, bro, you got to do a podcast.
Got to. Like,
you got to be on the network. And I wasn't, if I can be honest, I wasn't a podcaster because I'm like, man, Jess, this is a gift that y'all do to get up and to talk and all of that. I love to speak because when I speak, it's I have this structure that I follow, and then I'm going these different places. But podcast has really grown me to hear other people's stories, so it's like therapy in real time.
Yeah.
And from having my sis Taraji on, Kirk Franklin, Rico Love, and then I have some people who are just everyday people that are sharing their healing journeys and just sharing where they are. So it's been a fun journey, man.
Yeah.
So now I can officially say, Jess, I'm a podcaster.
Period.
I know that's right. I love it.
You guys have like a really cool dynamic because, I mean, you're a pastor, you do mental health and like all these things, right? But y'all know in our community, a lot of times when you're going through stuff, people are like, just pray about it. How do y'all have conversations around that?
It's more than prayer. I think prayer is very essential, but it's the backbone. It's a substratum of everything. But there has to be practical application because you're human. So that is the spiritual component. But if you don't have friendship, you don't have people that can help walk you through the journey, then you'll often become lost. And I like to say people become mystic. They just stay in this spookyville. And again, that's not to talk about the church background because I have a strong church background. But having therapists, having people that can actually supply sufficient support really can help change the dynamic of what you're going through. I think that's very important.
And Dr. Joe, you used to be associate pastor at the Potter House, right?
Yes, sir.
But then you left to go to Florida? I didn't know that could happen. They made it sound like you was transferring schools or something. You were playing one place and you went to go someplace.
What you mean you didn't know that could happen?
I mean, just the way I guess the Potter House so big, the way the way they worded it. I'm like, okay.
No, I went there to learn from who I believe to be the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
I think Bishop Jakes is the greatest of all times, and I went there to learn, and there was an opportunity that opened up in Florida, and so that's how I ended up there. I ended up there because he trained me. I was prepared, and we ended up in Florida, and God's been good to me since I've been there.
Yeah.
Steve?
How does that work though? Like when you like what does the Spirit tell you? Like, I need you to go, lead this congregation now, lead this flock now. Like what is it? What hits you when?
I was in Oklahoma originally, and when I was there, I knew that I wasn't going to be there forever, and so the opportunity for change didn't start at the Potter's House. I was coaching at Oklahoma State University and pastoring at the same time, and so the opportunity to shift came at a good season. Church was doing fine. My work was doing great. And I went to preach for Bishop Jakes. So I had to sit back and realize, okay, the things that I want to see happen in the future, career-wise and ministry-wise, came through an opportunity of another individual. There wasn't a voice from heaven that came down and said, move. It wasn't that. It was a man of God looked at me and said, what's your future? What do you want to be? What do you see happening? Where you want to go? And when I told him that, then it unlocked something for me to start looking at. And when I started looking at it, I started saying all the insufficiencies, all the places that needed work, all the places that needed a model or mentor, and he filled that void. And then from there, it was a challenge. What do you want? And I had to answer that question. And that answer was move.
Wow. That's where y'all met, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We met in Dallas. A friend of mine had sent me a video and was like, yo, I just found your spirit animal. I was like, all right. So I started watching his clips. He in the gym killing it. And, he's a strength and conditioning coach, so we got the whole football background. But I'm watching how he speak. And I said, yo, I really rock with this dude. So I'm going to say, pause. I slid his DMs. but I hit him up and like, yo, brother, I love what you're doing, man. And we had some exchange, but didn't know that we both moved to Dallas during the pandemic at the same time. And slowly started kind of engaging. But I'd engage him to come on my tour, the Jess Here Bro. I had 4 voices, and I was like, we needed 5. And I reached out to him. I said, bro, I want you to go on tour. Now, here's just the story about the development of our friendship. This brother was not having it, Jess.
Okay.
And the more I would text him, it's like, hey, man, brother, look forward to having you on tour. He would come on the tour. He would get on stage, do his thing, and would just sit in the back and wouldn't say anything.
Right.
And I felt, that he needed friendship, but I also felt compelled, like I just couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
And I would text him and check in on him, like, hey, man, I hope all is well, brother, just checking in. And he would just text back the arm emoji, the muscle emoji. Hop in. Because he was not, and I understood as we began, because it's difficult, Shar. Men, and study shows this, men have a difficult time making friends after 35. And this is the real reason why a lot of men are suffering in silence and suffering in their mental health, because of the lack of community and the lack of friendships. They're not like women. They don't engage, and most men don't build friendships beyond their workplace. And our friendship started from a challenge of who can lose the most weight and get down to the lowest body fat. Right. And that built the friendship that people see that we have today, and the love that I have for this brother. And I saw it in him. Like I said, bro, you're one of the best to me. And I think when you are building friendships, you want to have friendships where somebody can see more in you than you see in yourself in that current space.
Why were you so guarded, Dr. Tudman?
Yeah, please tell these folks. Tell the world how he would leave me on red, and it didn't bother me because, and I want to add this, when you have dealt with your rejection or abandonment issues, how a person responds doesn't trigger you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what his experience was, but I knew I wanted to keep showing up for him.
Friendship is important to me. It's very essential, and I'm too old to start over in certain places. I had fresh wounds as it pertains to male-to-male friendships, brothers, real strong relationships. And I had just gotten to the point to where I was okay without the relationship. And so when this good brother reached out to me, he was very persistent. I didn't understand him. I didn't understand his process, his makeup. He's a therapist. So his mental is really, really strong. Mine's strong, but it's more defensive versus, just being vulnerable. So I had a difficult time trying to be vulnerable. And so he kept pressing and kept pressing and kept pressing. I wasn't really interested in that. I was okay. I wasn't. I was okay with working out. As we continued to train, we started having therapeutic conversations about what's going on in your mind. Why are you having a hard time dealing with abandonment, rejection, what actually happened? And then as far as my career speaking, he said, hey, man, I want you to come on a tour with me. I went on the tour, but I still wasn't going to get close to all the rest of the guys. I had broken through with him just a little bit. So we'd go on the tour, we'd do our thing, and I sit in the back. I'm not talking because I don't want to be involved emotionally again that way. However, we broke through. He's become my best friend over 5 years now. I have a much softer side. I was too hard.
Yeah.
But and I think God did an amazing thing by bringing him into my life.
Recently, everything that happened with you in Faith City. So you were there, and then they sent out a letter saying that you would no longer be senior pastor. That was very public, especially because the church, they want to know what happened. No one knows why that happened. So 2 questions. I don't know if you can share what actually happened. And the second question, you spoke about it. How was processing that publicly?
What happened? We disagreed. We disagreed in mission, and the disagreement didn't allow us to go forward. So that relationship was severed. Processing it has been difficult because it's public, and it hurt. I love those people. I love him. Trying to move forward is something you have to do to live. I don't care what the career is. And if you stay in a fracture, you're going to break. You're going to crumble. So trying to forward with a cast when everyone is already predetermined what you've done and have absolutely no idea
and no information.
It's difficult. So trying to talk to your children, You pick your children up and move anywhere, no matter what the career is, to get them to trust you as a father. Hey, I made a right decision to pick us up and move us across the world, and then have to turn to figure out how we're going to make it. The pressure of this was what it was. Now I got to figure out how to make it what it is. It's difficult as a husband, as a provider. Now, do I trust in God? 100%. I trust in all the skills that God has given me, and He's opened up doors that are just unbelievable for me. So processing it has been, I'm not going to say difficult, but it's been uneasy. But through it all, I still thank God. And that's not a church answer. That's my faith, because I know all things work together for the good.
I wish you was here this weekend, because we got the mental wealth expo this weekend.
Got called.
And yeah, my good sister Debbie Brown came up with this. She wanted to do this panel called "Reclaiming Faith: Healing from Religious Trauma," and Pastor Carl Lentz and Dr. Teddy Reeves are on it. And I think it was it Lecrae that was up here talking about church hurt?
Yes.
It was Lecrae, right? It's just like, man, what do you do when your trauma comes from your sanctuary? When that hurt comes from that place you go for salvation?
Man, I think one of the things that my father's passing 35 years, walking alongside, him, when you look at church, it's a hospital.
Yeah.
And it's a hospital that has a lot of sick people who don't take their meds. And when you have people who don't take their meds, you have people who don't understand how their behaviors, don't understand how their reaction impacts those that are in the hospital as well. So it's almost like you in one room and you trying to get some rest because the doctor said you need to rest, and you have somebody down here that is having a breakdown because they just heard a diagnosis that they can't change. And I think the unfortunate thing that has happened is that a lot of churches have not thought about mental health in the faith conversation. And I say you can't talk faith, you can't talk God and omit mental health. When God made us, He made mind, body, and spirit. Mental health is your social, it's your emotional and physical makeup. It's how we do life. I call mental health life in motion. There is no way around it. And I think now you're seeing a turn. Some pastors are, bringing in mental health professionals. Some pastors are bringing in clinicians and different things like that. Because what I saw growing up is what you speak about. I saw people that were embarrassed. Like I can see right now this young girl when we were growing up who got pregnant, and they bring her before church, and I'm like, all right, where's the guy? So you brought the girl before church and that she's pregnant, but where's the guy, right? It takes two to tango, right? So now you have this young girl who grows up with this level of shame and this trauma because they brought her out before. And you have a lot of embarrassment. And so I feel that churches have focused on saving souls but not restoring minds.
Wow.
You have to restore a person's mind. It's great that we're going to get their spirit saved and you want people to, go to heaven. But I think it's important that we begin helping people on how to not just come to the altar and throw their hands up and be, delivered, but how to walk this thing out for their complete healing. Because it's one thing, especially like let's just take somebody who's dealt with molestation, abandonment, rejection, and it's caused these unhealthy things. Yeah, I pray for you, lay hands on you, put oil on you, you greasy like a piece of chicken, and you know what I'm saying. So, but it's like that now this person leave and there's no support.
Yeah,
and the reason church hurts so bad because people have an expectation that I would be treated better in here than I am out there.
Right.
And it's just unfortunate, that we, have so many people, particularly in the black culture.
Yeah.
And religious trauma is a real thing. It's called RTS, Religious Traumatic Syndrome. It's a real diagnosis in the DSM. And most of us are challenged with it because we thought we would see God in the very people who said, "Come as you are."
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we're clear. The church is full of trauma. It is not absent of trauma. The very church itself was founded on trauma, okay? Jesus being beaten, that's traumatic. Being betrayed prior to being beaten, that's traumatic. You die. The most horrible death, crown of thorns, nails in your hands, in your feet, pierced in the side, bloody and naked. That's trauma. The whole thing is trauma. The 12 or the 11 that take off running to go back to doing what they were doing prior, when they see that he's dead, they're dealing with trauma. They're like, no, I'm going back fishing. Forget this. I can't do this. Jesus comes back. There's so much trauma with them, they don't believe it. Even though Jesus told them, I'm coming back.
Trauma changed their brain.
See the trauma? It's all trauma. Well, Jesus comes back. Boom. He restores Peter. So there's the restoration that the church should have. So he restores him. Hey, feed me. Do you love me? Yeah. Feed my sheep. You love me? Feed my sheep. You love me? Feed my sheep. Boom. He restores him. He does his thing. Jesus gets ready to leave. He say, look, y'all go wait on the power. Wait on the power. And then they come out. So they get the power. They start evangelizing the book of Acts. They're doing their thing. The church is built off of that. So it's got an answer and it's got all these problems. So it's never going to be a place that you're going to go and it's absent of trauma.
Yeah.
Or it's absent of the things that you guys are talking about. I think the issue is trying to find the fine balance of this soul and spirit body balance when it comes to how we're giving that information. You got some churches that believe that Sunday morning is pure word driven. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to disciple you spiritually. Then you have some other churches that are a little bit more free and say, hey, we're going to do mental health stuff and therapy and fitness training on Sunday. There are other people that don't like that. I didn't come to church for that. I came to church for Genesis. I ain't come to church for that. Okay. And then you have some churches that say, we're going to put together small groups where you can come get this mental health. Then you got other churches that say, look, we've hired 10 therapists that are here. I think we have to go back to what I said earlier. You got to own your thing. Something may have happened at the church, okay? It's no different than it happening right here in this company. But you still got to own your thing. If this station, a problem happens here, but you all still offer therapy, it's still up to me as an employee to go down to HR and say, listen, I need therapy.
This was a powerful conversation to have on World Mental Health Day, man.
Yeah, man. And always, brother, I love you, man, to the moon and back, man.
Same,
and always, man,
we've
been rocking for the past 5 years. We've been doing the.
You can see Dr. J. He'll be at the Mental Wealth Expo tomorrow in Newark, New Jersey at the Joel and Diane Bloom Wellness and Event Center. It's Dr. J. Barnett. It's Dr. Joel Tudman. Thank you, brothers, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. It's the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy. Envy is off today, but right now it's time for Pass the Aux. Good night.
Go.
Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
Hey, girl. What's up, guys? Hey,
Big
Nyla. How are y'all?
Blessed, Black, and highly favored. What you got for us this week, Nyla?
Okay, I really picked like 5 songs, but I'm just going to focus on 3 because Brandon said that these were the great ones.
Okay.
Because y'all be saying that I be picking the wrong parts and stuff.
So you let
I got
an African pick the songs?
Why you said it like that? African?
beats and sounds.
And also the segment is better with just 3 songs, so you can play more of them.
Okay.
Longer parts of them.
Well, I picked 3, and the first one that I'm going to start with is this new Ruben Vincent and Ninth Wonder song called Drain Sydney.
Let me show you. All right, okay, Brandon, I like this. I like that.
Here's the thing I like about Ruben Vincent. Number 1, he's from the Carolinas.
Yes.
Number 2, he's a young man who connected with an OG producer in Ninth Wonder. And I think when you have the aesthetic that a Ruben Vincent has, you need a producer like a Ninth Wonder to bring the best out of him. So this project that he dropped is solely produced by Ninth Wonder, right?
Solely produced by Ninth, and it's crazy. Like on this record is Raheem Devon and this artist named Sweater, but they got Raphael Sadiq on the project, Absol, Crazy Jill Scott, Flip. I'm missing mad names.
What's the name of it?
It's called Welcome Home.
It's out today?
No, it's out next Friday.
And are you in the music video?
I am in the music video.
Girl, sitting there looking good, Bobby Yee like that.
Give it Sydney. Thank you.
Is it a play
on
Brown Sugar?
It's
Y'all
definitely
look
a
so
play on
good.
Brown Sugar.
Yeah, she look good, girl.
Thank you.
I know them girls was mad because them girls be liking Ruben.
The guys was mad. They love Nyla.
Guys like Ruben too?
I was going to say,
no,
damn.
guys like Nyla's.
Boy, that's crazy.
I don't know what's going on, but
Definitely check out the music video. It drops today. I am in it, and we recreated a few scenes from Brown Sugar. So it's really
Ruben got an old soul. When you name Ruben, you ain't got no choice but to have an old soul. That's like your name being Irvin.
Well, Welcome Home drops October 24th, so make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. But I'm going to keep it in the Carolinas. Tia Corinne, who also had a show last night in New York, just dropped her debut album. Pretty big deal. So far, off first listen, I really like this record that she got on there with Flo Milli, and it's called Lotion.
I like that. I love that. And I love a Flo Milli. I know that wasn't her part, but I love Flo Milli. Everything about Flo Milli.
Yeah.
I like the energy of it because it reminds me of the 80s.
80s all day.
You know what I mean? Like jam on it. Jam on it. But
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like the words could have been a little clearer, or like maybe a different subject matter. Like if it's going to be called Lotion, that's a good message because y'all be ashy. You know what I'm saying?
I knew you was ready to say that. I knew you was ready to say that.
But it's true though. Like
Shea Butter Babies. You missed
Huh?
that way?
Definitely a Shea Butter baby.
all right, chat say you 2-0, Nyla. We on live. We live on Twitch.
Yes, okay.
I love it.
Follow us at Breakfast Club AM. They say you 2-0.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right, this next one.
Don't blow a 2-0 lead.
I won't.
Pressure.
All right, this next one is from an artist named Nico Brim. He's from New York. Yeah, man. Nico just dropped a new joint. This is his second release of the year. It's called Feel Us. And he's also going to be on tour with JID on the God Does Like Ugly tour. So you guys can definitely check him out.
I love this.
I like Nico Brim though.
Yeah.
This I be
I do
tripping when
too.
people say that there's no lyricists nowadays. These little young
Yeah.
dudes just be spitting.
Yeah, they
You
do.
just got to know who to listen to. In a way, it's more discovery, right? I don't know what you would call that, but it's like you're discovering these people. I just don't know where you're discovering them because, I mean, you know, we got all of the same outlets. So I don't know if it's radio. I don't know if it's streaming. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's social media.
Where do you be finding these in the pocket artists?
These spitters.
I feel like SoundCloud don't help as much as it used to.
But that's what
I
Nyla
don't
tapped
know.
into. I think you're going to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the lyricists, you'll find them because they're there.
Yeah. She always putting me on.
And honestly,
somebody.
I find them through features. Like, oh, okay, if I like Jid, then Jid does a record with Marco, and then I hear Marco, he does a record with Ruben, Ruben does a record. Like, I end up finding them like that.
When you hear somebody, you go explore their music.
Yeah.
Through like photo shoots, like through their aesthetic. So like
Okay.
somebody like Ling, you know the artist Ling? I didn't know she was an artist. I just like the way she looked, and then I heard her music.
I know Ling. You put me on the Ling
Yeah.
too.
I think we played her up here.
Yeah, Tia as
Yeah.
well. I didn't know she was an artist. I was like, oh, she fire. Like I like her aesthetic. Ling,
Who's Ling?
I'll put you on her. You'll like her.
I will
too.
encourage all you artists that can spit though to get with the OG producers, get with the Ninth Wonders, get with the Havocs if you can, get with the Static Selectors, get with people who got that sound and can bring the best out of your lyricism.
I would definitely like to say, watching Ninth produce this project with Ruben definitely changed my perspective on music, like, or just producing an album, period. Because I didn't really realize all that goes
Yes,
into it.
get
It's
with
not just the beat in the rap.
Yes.
Like, you got to
Yeah.
really tie it all the way in together.
Get with the Pete Rocks, get with them guys that really know how to bring the best out of lyricism.
And, you know, get with a Nyla Symone, because she's trying to be like them, too. So, you know,
Hey.
if you trust me in my vision, you know, I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But if you guys like the songs, make sure you guys tune into the certified playlist. You can click the link in my bio at Nyla Symone. That's NYLASYMONEEE. And also, if you guys do like the spitters, me, Ninth Wonder, and Static Selector and Rob Markman are actually having another rap night. It's called The Eco, short for Ecosystem. Just bridging the gap between hip hop on November 4th at Static Spot Hidden Tiger on the east side. So pull up on us.
Okay,
Period.
we got the People's Choice mix up next, and this is honestly why Nyla needed to do the mix on Friday, because Envy ain't even here. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up. He is in China DJing over
the
there. Don't do
Exactly.
that
So
for the
he's not here.
NBA.
So being that he's not here, Nyla should have could have did the mix
I
today.
definitely should.
But on days you not here, should somebody do Donkey today?
I like Nyla
If they
mixes,
could,
though.
you know what I'm saying? If they could. But Nyla's already here giving us new music, so then let Nyla play.
Then we could play the longer songs.
Yes.
I have more songs. I only can just do these.
Look at
three.
Lauren. Steady's hating down a black woman. Boy, you
Nyla is my sister.
You do
and
not
I
like seeing black women.
for Nyla. Don't do that.
Don't even
Don't do that. Because
entertain
one thing
him.
I am is a Nyla Symone stand, and the people know.
Yeah,
okay, at this
don't.
point, I be her booking agent sometimes. And people call me for Nyla. Don't do that. Been that way.
Your leather stink. It's the Breakfast Club. Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy. Envy was off today, but our day is almost over. Jess, where you at this weekend?
No, tell him where Envy is. Don't be no hater. Envy is DJing in China for the NBA.
I don't know if you want people to know that.
He did.
He do.
He do. He
Why?
okay.
Who the hell wouldn't want to know? Wouldn't want you to know you in China DJing? I hope he don't play no crazy man. The people over there.
Yes,
I don't be liking to tell nobody where nobody at, because I don't like nobody to know where I'm at when I'm out of town.
Nobody know him in China to do nothing now.
You never know.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You really don't want nobody to know where you at. Where you like? You don't want nobody to know nothing.
No. What y'all need to know anything for?
Cause you know everybody else's business.
Exactly.
Man, the less know, the better. That's the white man's law. Y'all ain't learned nothing from the white man.
No. Shut up. Anyway, Syracuse, your girl will be there tonight. I got 2 shows at the Funny Bone Comedy Club, and then we got 2 shows tomorrow in Albany, New York. So upstate, I will get there. I land in a few hours, and I need to know where I need to go to eat. I know upstate New York, y'all ain't known for nothing like to eat really, really good, but where can I go to eat? Let me know.
You just gonna defecate on the whole time. Y'all ain't got y'all
wherever
food
you
trash.
go, please check your food because they're gonna give you a little surprise.
Y'all ain't known for no food, Syracuse.
No, I'm just saying, you know how, in Philly they known for the cheesesteaks, and in Baltimore we known for crabs. I never heard of anything that Syracuse is known for or whatever, but get your tickets if you haven't yet. Albany is sold out tomorrow. I'm sorry, it's still a few more tickets left for tonight. JessHilariousHilarious.official.com. Can't wait to get there.
And Lauren, you got homecoming this weekend, right?
Yes, we kicking off Delaware State University's alumni homecoming weekend today, Friday, in Wilmington, Delaware at the Queen Theater. Tickets are still available at iflevents.com. I'm hosting the party. It's my party. We do it every year. 1,000 of y'all or so more join us to have a good weekend.
It's gonna be lit.
It's our homecoming weekend. I'm excited.
That's right. Don't wear that stink leather you got on.
Shut up.
That leather you got on
Everybody be talking about your upper lip. I let you rock. You done pulled your feet out in here.
Everything.
Your hairline trying to grow back is fighting for its life. That's why you got that
got
hood
to do
on.
with that musty
and I
ass
let
leather
rock.
you wearing?
Ain't nothing
that
over
leather
here about
got
me,
caught in the
musty.
rain, and now it got a smell, and you mad at us.
Making up these narratives that are not true. I don't know.
If you see Lauren with that leather on, make sure you salute her this weekend. Be like, oh, there go Lauren with that stink ass leather.
Hey, I can't wait for her boyfriend to beat you out.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't even let him do it. You too little.
Exactly.
Not a fair fight.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Dr. J. Barnett and Dr. Joel Tudman for pulling up. Dr. J. Barnett will be with me this weekend at the Mental Wealth Expo. Tomorrow is the Mental Wealth Expo at the Joel and Diane Bloom Wellness and Event Center in Newark, New Jersey. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a completely free event. You can come out there and hear more conversations like we had on the radio this morning with Dr. J and Dr. Joel. Debbie Brown will be there. Dr. Alfie Breland Noble will be there. Jason Wilson will be there. Deontay Wilder will be there. A whole host of people, man. Dr. Rita Walker. So pull up, and we'll see you tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And also, make sure you subscribe to Dr. J. Barnett's podcast, the Just Hill podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network. And also, go check out Dr. J. Barnett on the Mental Wealth episode of Kirk Franklin's digital series, Den of Kings, airing now on Kirk Franklin's YouTube channel, okay? And we got to thank the good brother Allen Iverson.
Period.
Yes.
For pulling up this morning. I said earlier this week that there was 2 interviews that we did this week that I thought, to me, in my personal opinion, were top 10 all-time Breakfast Club interviews. My personal favorites. One was Little John, and today with Allen Iverson, man. So go check that out online. Online, it's like an hour and some change.
Yeah.
It's
very great conversation.
Yeah, very great conversation.
Some real moments like, wow, this is Little John. This is really AI.
That's right.
And he still look good. I was like, oh my God, age aware.
Mm-hmm. Oh, AI?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go pick up Allen's new book, Misunderstood. A memoir is out right now. And today is World Mental Health Day, so the positive note is simply this. Remember, mental health is not a destination, but a process, okay? It's about how you drive, not where you're going. Have a great day.
I know that's right.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?